皆さん、こんにちは。今日勉強するのは Expressions to describe your want and request です。This is rather tricky because these expressions have much to do with Japanese politeness system. You will hear about many politeness expressions and rules. At this stage, you don't have to know everything, but I want you to know the Japanese politeness system is rather complicated. If you can pick up a few expressions to use when you want to make a request politely, that'll be great. では、始めましょう。When you want to tell other people what object, what item you want, you use the word 欲しい with the particle が to mark the object or the noun. So the pattern is noun が欲しい。何が欲しい Here, 何 is the noun. What do you want? 車が欲しい。So 車 is the item you want, marked by が。If you want to express what you want to do with a verb, use たい。For example, もっと勉強したい、します and たい。I want to study more. 美味しいケーキが食べたい、食べる and たい。ゆっくりしたい I want to relax 日本語の映画が見たい見る and たい読みたい読む and たいでは少し練習しましょう、今何が一番欲しいですか次の週末に何をしたいですか今学期が終わったら何をしたいですかではビデオを止めて少し書いてみてください書きましたかはい、私の答えです。私は休みが欲しいです。次の週末に美味しいケーキを焼きたいです。I want to bake a delicious cake. 今学期が終わったら旅行をしたいです。できるかどうかわかりません。So far, we looked at how to say I want this or I want to do this. Now let's look at the way to say I want someone to do something. First, you mark the person by に and the action you want the person to do is marked by this て followed by 欲しいFor example, 先生に作文をチェックしてほしい。I want my teacher to check my essay. サンタさんに来てほしい。I want Santa to come. お母さんにコンサートを見てほしい。I want my mom to see the concert. These sentences are in plain style. You can add this to make it polite. This here. However, it is not very polite to use 欲しい to make a request. You can talk to your classmate to say, 先生に作文をチェックしてほしい but not to the 先生 I'll skip the second sentence as it is not an ideal sentence to discuss politeness. The third one can be used to talk to お母さん because it is usually okay to express your want directly with your mother. Of course, it depends on each relationship. Something が欲しいです。Something, someone に verb て欲しいです。So similar, but you need to mark the person and action with て。Let's have a look at more examples. If I ask you, 皆さんは先生に何をしてほしいですか Then you can answer with て欲しいです because these are not requests but describing your wants or answer to my questions. For example, 優しいテストを作ってほしいです I want you to make easy tests. 宿題をたくさん出してほしいです I want you to give us a lot of homework. コンピューターを買ってほしいです I want you to buy me a computer. これを見てほしいんだけど時間ある Here, hoshii is followed by んだけど. This pattern is used to make a request. Sometimes more obvious question follows like 時間ある? If you want to be more polite, you can use this in place of that. これ見てほしいんだけど時間ある? I want you to have a look at this, but do you have time? The next one, この仕事やってほしいんだけど。やってほしいんだけど。This implies, I may be asking too much, but can you? So as I said, you can use this instead of that to make it politer. But this pattern is used when you know that you are in a position to demand. For example, you are a customer or a manager. Let's have a look at similar expressions. The first one is もらいたい. もらう is to receive or to be given or granted. The speaker's gratitude is also expressed. With たい, you can add the meaning of I want to, which makes it I want to receive or I want to be given. So it's very similar to 欲しい. But it implies that the speaker is depending on the will of the giver because of this verb to receive, to be given. これを見てもらいたいんですが is similar to I wonder if you could have a look at this. Literally, it means I want to receive your kindness of looking at this. But 見てもらいたい without んですが is a statement about your want. In order to make it a two-way communication, you need んです. んです. And the addition of が makes the sentence less assertive, which is one strategy of politeness. これを見てもらいたいんですが、明日来てもらいたいんですが、So the action is marked by te form before もらいたい. Similar to 見てほしい, but もらいたい is more depending on the giver's will. Let's have a look at some general rules of making requests. If you are not polite, your request will be rather an instruction. The big difference is the instruction doesn't offer a choice to say no. For example, please or ください is usually an expression of instruction. シートベルトを締めてください or please fasten your seatbelt. They are not a request. You have no choice of saying no. In that case, this is an instruction. To give a choice, the easiest way is to use a question. In English, you can use can you do it? In Japanese, can I have a favor of your doing is often used. We'll look at it in the next slide. Another strategy is to show hesitation with, for example, が or けど at the end of a sentence and at the beginning of the sentence or utterance. And in Japanese, you can add a number of politeness markers and the sentence gets longer and longer. We'll have a look at this later too. Now let's look at the use of questions. One of the common patterns is the use of もらえますか? もらう to receive or to be given with potential form ending. So potential form has meaning of can. I can receive or I can be given is もらえる. And with a question marker, か、もらえますか, it will make a phrase can I be given your action, or can I receive your action? In other words, can you do this? So basically, it's the equivalent of can you do it for me in English. 明日来てもらえますか? So can you come tomorrow? 8時に来てもらえますか? Can you come at 8 o'clock? お水を持ってきてもらえますか? Can you bring water? Is it the same as can you? Can you come tomorrow? But remember that the subject of the sentence is the speaker. It literally means, can I receive your favor of coming tomorrow? If you have started the study of chapter 6, you have noticed the word itadaku. This is a polite form of morau and itadaku. It is called humble form because the verb refers to the speaker, and the speaker can show their respect towards the hearer by humbling themselves. Itadaku literally means to have something on top of my head. So it describes something coming from above and coming to you who are in a lower position. The difference between morau and itadaku is just the level of politeness. They mean exactly the same thing. The two examples here uses the same verb, itadaku, but they use different strategies. The first one is showing the speaker's hesitation with desu ga, and the second one is a question. They both mean, would you be able to come tomorrow 8 o'clock? 明日8時に来ていただきたいんですが、明日8時に来ていただけますか? So with たい, it's いただきたい. With the potential form, this hiragana changes to け, いただけますか? If you want to ask someone to come at 8 o'clock tomorrow, there are a variety of ways to say this depending on the relationship between you and the person, superior or subordinate, close or distance, and also the difficulty of the task. The top one, 来てください, is an instruction or an urgent request when you can't think of politeness. We looked at the next three. 来てほしいんですが、来てもらえますか? And 来てもらいたいんですが. The next one, a negative question, もらえませんか? is a little bit more polite than もらえますか? Negative question is more polite than もらえますか? The bottom ones with いただく are the most polite ones. And this one with a negative question, いただけませんか? is the most polite of these. 来てください。来てほしいんですが、来てもらえますか? 来てもらいたいんですが、来てもらえませんか? 来てくださいませんか? 来ていただけますか? 来ていただきたいんですが、来ていただけませんか? You may be at a loss, thinking, oh my goodness, which one should I use? Use the blue ones. 来てもらいたいんですが、来ていただきたいんですが, to ask for a service when you want to convey your demand or needs, and you think you are in a position to ask for it. For example, you're a customer. For example, if you want your plumber to come at 8 o'clock, you can use 8時に来てもらいたいんですが. Use the green ones when you want to ask for a favor. If いただけませんか is mouthful, もらえませんか is okay. But this one is the most polite one. 教科書の195ページにこの例文があります。いただく is the same as もらう。These are statements and not a request. They are just describing what they want. They all sound very arrogant to me, especially the third one. お金を貸していただきたい。Although it uses the word いただく, but it is almost like an instruction. It's like a king is demanding his subordinate to lend money. And just using a polite expression, but it sounds arrogant. If you add んです at the end, it will at least open the door for the hearer to respond. An addition of が at the end will make the utterance softer. So you can say この荷物を届けてもらいたいんですが at the service counter. On the same page, the textbook also says that if you add と思います at the end, it will make the statement less direct. But personally, I cannot accept these two sentences with と思います。The first one, その本を返してもらいたいと思います is almost like picking a fight. This one is in plain form and this one is decimal form, but this one is more polite. 返してもらいたいんだけど、いい？返してもらいたいと思います is a statement. Other sentences on this page are all fine, but cross out those sentences with 思います。Finally, when you want other people not to do something, use the second pattern and say, I want you not to do this. で欲しい。使わないで欲しい。Use negative before 欲しい。このハガキは使わないで欲しいんですけど。The other two are okay, but the second one is the most common pattern. The fewer the patterns you need to learn, the easier and the better. では、先生に何をしないでほしいか考えてみましょう。Let's think about what you don't want your teachers to do. Stop the video and write a few sentences. 書きましたか？では、私の例を見てみましょう。先生にテストをしないでほしい。I want my 先生 not to do the test. 先生に宿題を出さないでほしい。先生にうちに来ないでほしい。先生に LMS を使わないでほしい。先生にトイレットペーパーを買わないでほしい。This person may be the person who is stocking up toilet paper at home. In that case, you can use this sentence. では、一つ練習をしましょう。197ページのアクティビティです。You will be asked to write sentences for this activity, but let's practice orally here. For now, let's use いただけませんか which is the polite version of the common pattern, namely a negative question. では、1番です。宿題を明日まで Can you wait until tomorrow? 待っていただけませんか？推薦状を書いていただけませんか？この文法を説明していただけませんか？ DVD を貸していただけませんか？アニメの歴史について話していただけませんか？漢字の覚え方を教えていただけませんか？作文の下書きを読んでいただけませんか？はい、ではこのビデオのレクチャーはこれで終わりです。 次の練習問題をしてください。